Hello, you guys. Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. We have some reality TV to come and discuss. The first thing we have to discuss is Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Potomac is back. We have some people who have left. We have some new people who have come, and we got the first episode. I want to start by saying Real Housewives of Potomac always has a good first episode. That is something that's pretty consistent across the board with Real Housewives of Potomac. No matter how bad the season falls off or how good the season is, the first episode is always going to be pretty solid. Real Housewives of Potomac is good at giving you a solid first episode and a solid what's going to happen the rest of the season. They are really good about. It's just keeping that consistency that Real Housewives of Potomac has had an issue with. And I think for the season premiere of this franchise, this was a really solid episode. I will go ahead and give this about 4 out of 5 stars when it comes to episode. It was fun being back with the ladies, I'm not gonna lie, but I always feel that way when Real Housewives of Potomac starts. It's just keeping me on board. So first things first, we gotta start with who is not there. We lost Nneka, we lost Robin, and we lost Candace. I am going to be so honest with you. I totally forgot about Nneka until somebody brought it up on Twitter. I literally did not remember she was on the show. I did not remember she didn't come back. I don't even remember them announcing that she wasn't coming back. That's how much she is just not a factor, and I don't feel bad for Nneka. You have a lot of people who are sitting here like, she could have came back, could have been, we could have got a Nigerian girl with Wendy, Nneka set herself up. Nneka played stupid games and got a stupid ass prize at the end of it. I hope she is sitting at home feeling like the fool she is. We didn't learn nothing about Nneka's actual life throughout all last season. We didn't know nothing about nothing, her career, her husband, her family, her nothing. We got nothing about that because she decided to pick a fight with Wendy that she did not have to do. Even if you give the most ungenerous interpretation to Wendy that she, set all this up because she didn't want another Nigerian on the show, why did Nneka play into it? Why didn't Nneka should have paid Wendy dust if that was the case? Like, you are not about to ruin my intro season with your bullshit. That's what she should have done. She should have paid it, even if Wendy was being nasty to her. But no, she got Robin, Ashley, and Jazelle, behind her, pulling her strings, and she set herself up, and that's why she's not here. That's why she is forgotten. In a 5 year, 6 year, a decade, when we are talking about the worst housewives of all time, people who have been on Housewives and completely forgotten, she's going to be at the top of the list of housewives. You just like, who? You was on what? When? We will not remember her. She will not be remembered. Nneka, bye. I do not miss you. The next person who was not here is Candace, and I'm gonna personally be honest. In a lot of the group scenes of this season, I would have liked to see Candace there. When it comes to Candace, I am not a huge Candace fan. I think Candace fans can be a little bit delusional. But I like Candace on Real Housewives of Potomac. I think Candace is a good housewife. I think Candace is really good in group settings. Candace's personal life has kind of, it ventured off a little bit from the, when we met her. But I think in group settings, Candace is always pretty good. So I would have liked to see Candace in the group settings here. I would like to see Candace pregnant and what's going on with all of that. But I just think, honestly, too much has happened. Too much has happened. And I think Candace and Jazelle, it would just bring a lot of baggage onto the season that just it wouldn't have been worth it in the end. And I understand Candace being pregnant, not wanting to be there, but I love to hate Candace. Candace is one of those people that I love to hate. She's one of the very few housewives where I take them as I get them. Sometimes I am fully on Candace's side. When Candace be arguing with Jazelle, I am fully on her side. There's other times I think Candace is fully in the wrong. Like, what the hell are you talking about? So that's very rare for me in Housewives to have no real set opinion on someone, but that was Candace. So there, but also Candace wouldn't have a friend on the show. I always told you Candace and Wendy's bond was just because Jazelle didn't like them. There was no really deep thing pushing them together. I do not think they would be friends if they didn't have a common enemy. And so Candace just never had a number 2 person. Karen, drifts from person to person. So she just never had that person who what I think make her time on Housewives all that fun. So Candace is gone. But can we say an amen? Can the church say amen Robin is gone. And that is why this episode is a 4 out of 5 episode, because Robin is gone. They could have played the title sequence and it could have paused on everybody just holding their flute of champagne, and this still would have been a better episode than every episode last season, because Robin is gone. I am so happy we do not have to deal with Robin and her misery for a second longer on this show. Robin made this show unbearable, because not only does Robin's life from the outside looking in seem so depressing, but also she's not transparent about anything. Robin is not kind. Robin is not fab. Robin is not nice. Robin is not interesting. She is not fun. She is nothing you want a housewife to be. She was just there playing flunky to Jazelle, and it was just unbearable. It was simply unbearable. So the fact that Robin is gone is always going to be a win. But let's dive into the episode. So we start the episode with Karen. Karen got a DUI. We got production giving us a flashback of, deers running across, vision a little hazy, because Karen got a DUI in the off season. This is Karen's second DUI. And basically, nobody has heard from Karen. No one has seen Karen. And so Jazelle decides she's going to step out of her G-Wagon with her Michael Kors bag, and she is going to see what Karen is up to. When somebody, I think it was Sean Garrett, when he pointed out she had a Michael Kors bag on, I said, child, one thing about Jazelle, it is 3 steps forward and 5 steps back with her. Anyways, she steps out of there, and she's like, Karen, come on, come on. And you want to know what? Since we're starting with a new slate, a new palette, this is a good scene from Jazelle. I'm going to say it. This is a good scene from Jazelle. I'm going to actually go a little bit further than that. This is a good episode from Jazelle. This is Jazelle being what we've all said Jazelle can be. I think Jazelle is not fab. I think Jazelle is mean, evil, and everything else in between. But Jazelle has the capabilities of being someone who can usher episodes, who can produce episodes. I say that to say this. There is always someone, when a season of Housewives is good, there is always 1 or 2 people on the show that are kind of like production people, in this, they steer the episode in whatever direction the episode needs to go. Now, you have Ashley, who does it in a messy way, and it's terrible, right? Bone collector. You don't want bone collector. You want somebody who's just, the person. Nene was the person who did it on Atlanta, right? Who is moving the episode, who is piloting the episode wherever the episode needs to go, who are making the ladies move in certain ways so things keep moving forward. And that's what Jazelle was doing this episode. And that's what you want. Okay, Karen is not just going to talk to anybody. She's going to want to talk to somebody who's seasoned, someone who she respects. So get Jazelle to come in and, talk to Karen. And that is what she does. And when she's talking to Karen, she's willing to throw her jabs at Karen, talking about how Karen set up the whole, having the waiter be like, she's never had alcohol here. She's willing to talk shit about Karen, but also give Karen the benefit of the doubt. Talk about how much she cares about Karen, but also be like, Karen is a drunkard. She's doing both at the exact same time, and that is what you want from Jazelle. Let's talk about Karen. Karen, you got to do better. Karen, you got to do better. Not only could Karen have killed herself, Karen could have killed somebody else, and it's just not a good look. I do think in many aspects of this, we are going to have to get a pound of flesh from Karen about this entire incident. I am not on the team of letting Karen skirt past this. No. Especially because I'm Potomac, people skirt too much from their truth and what's going on with them. No, I do not believe Karen should be able to skirt out of this and just be like, well, I'm just going through so much and that's what happened. I'm going to just get my lawyers. No, Karen, you're going to have to give us something, baby. You are going to have to give us something. You are going to have to be in the hot seat for this, because not only what you were doing dangerous, but this is also your second time doing this. And so, yeah, you're going to have to get people calling you a drunk. I don't give a damn that everybody is in a confessional calling her a drunk and doing all this type of stuff. Like, girl, until you give us something, that's just what it's going to have to be. We're done are the days where you get to just hide and just be like, ooh, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to do this. Now, I do understand Karen not fully trusting Jazelle, giving her this information, because Jazelle, we can't eliminate Jazelle from her messy era. Like, Jazelle will talk crazy about you. So I understand her being a little skeptical with Jazelle, but you're going to have to give something, Karen, because it's just not good. It's just not good. That's no way you should be acting. You have money. Like, you are going through something, but we're going to have to discuss what the hell you're going through, because it is not normal for a woman your age to be up in this bullshit the way you are in this bullshit. So anyway, that's a really good scene from Jazelle. I'm going to give Jazelle hers. Karen, you need to do a little bit better, but I like that. I like that back and forth. When Karen and Jazelle are good, they're good TV. I'm sorry. They're good TV when they are good. But Karen, I still love you to death, girl. I still love you to death, but you're going to have to get that together. Let's move on to Ashley. It blows me to smithereens that Ashley is still on this show. I'm going to say it. That's the worst part of this premiere episode, that Ashley is still here. And Ashley's first solo scene is proof of that Ashley should not be on this show. Ashley is not interesting on this show, and more importantly, Ashley has no reason to be on this show. We start Ashley's first solo scene with her walking into her lawyer's office and talking about a divorce. I put it in my notes. This is Ashley's third divorce season. Ashley has not given us a crumb about this divorce in the past 2 seasons. And the fact that she is getting a third chance to do this, absolutely not. I don't care. I simply do not care what is going on between Ashley Darby and her husband. I do not give a fuck what's going on with Michael. I do not give a damn what's going on with them kids. I don't give a damn whose house it is. I don't give a damn what money she getting. I don't give a damn about alimony, child support, anything else in between. I do not care, because Ashley has had 2.5 seasons to tell us what's going on here, and all it feels like is Ashley playing catch up and Ashley trying to come up with a story. Anything that she could give me is not organic. It's something that she's already curated and she's okay with giving to us. No, Ashley should not be here. There's nothing from Ashley's story I'm interested in. I don't care about Ashley's dating life. This is something that people on Housewives think is interesting, but is not interesting. And maybe I stand on an island alone. When a housewife gets a divorce and they have their single era, whoever they're dating is not interesting. It is not. Like, people have just decided that's inherently interesting. Like, ooh, you're single now, you're gonna go on dates. Unless you have an actual boyfriend who is gonna come on this show and we get to pick them apart, it's not interesting to just see you running around dating a bunch of guys. It's just not that interesting. Like, who cares? Like, go be on a speed dating show. It hasn't Ashley been on a speed dating show. Like, I'm just not interested in it. Ashley has nothing of interest because Ashley refuses to actually give anything. So Ashley is only interesting to y'all when she's carrying mess, and she's done that so many times. When does it become old? Ashley's best foal is Candace, and Candace is gone. So once again, what is Ashley's point on this show? I genuinely do not believe she has one. The next person coming back in this season is Wendy. Wendy with her husband, and Wendy is stepping down from her professor position at Johns Hopkins. I saw a tweet where somebody was like, I can't believe Wendy is stepping down from Johns Hopkins to, do whatever I can. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I forgot Wendy was a professor. I forgot Wendy taught at a school. I didn't know what Wendy was doing, what she was up to. So the fact that this is something that hardly ever even came up shows you how often was Wendy at that goddamn school. Anyways, Wendy does not care about none of that. Wendy wants to be internet personality. She wants to be a TV personality. She's making more money and surely doing this. So she don't give no damns about Johns Hopkins. I love the pageantry of her sending in a fake email to Johns Hopkins. Like, I love the pageantry of Housewives. Like, people fake calling each other, people sending fake emails, people sending fake texts. I love it. There's just something so, like, old school about her sending that fake email like that. I just found that so interesting. But yeah, I'm curious to see what Wendy is going to be up to, because I am on record saying I also am not the biggest Wendy fan. The thing about Jazelle, Robin, and Ashley being so evil, it turns you into fans of people you don't necessarily, like all that much. And Wendy is that. I've never, loved Wendy on this show. So, I'm curious to see now that everything is, reset. Robin is gone. Ashley, I guess, is going to be on her best behavior, and her and Jazelle are going to make amends. I'm curious to see what Wendy is going to bring to the show. I'm going to lean into the fact that Wendy is probably going to annoy me more than anything else, as she did when we first met her. Then we have Karen. Karen decides she's going to be the person who ushers in 2 new girls to the show. We have Vivian, who runs a boutique, who we really get nothing much from this episode. And then we have Stacy. Stacy seems like she's going to be like the big newcomer on this show, the person who, they're really trying to make a presence on this show. Stacy is from QVC. She is from the area and has moved back, and she is getting a divorce. She seems very joyful. I like Stacy. I gotta feel Stacy out, but from what we got from Stacy, I'm enjoying Stacy. Stacy seems to have an interesting personal life. It feels like Stacy is willing to give us a little bit. Stacy makes her voice known, and when they're all in a group setting, you notice that Stacy is there. Stacy is beautiful. I hear her ex-husband has a little bit of coin, so I'm enjoying Stacy. I like Stacy. I do not believe her and Karen are actually friends. Same with the Vivian thing. That all seems calculated and all that stuff, but somebody got to bring the new girls onto the show. So we got a new girl in Stacy. Stacy seems cool. Stacy seems like she can hold her own. And the thing about Potomac is different from other franchises in the sense that maybe Salt Lake City is kind of the same. You don't have to bring too much. This is not like a Real Housewives of Atlanta or even a Beverly Hills or even maybe even a New York in its prime, where like you really gotta kind of bring it to be on the show. Potomac, you can kind of skate for a little bit on Potomac. Like someone like Wendy, would Wendy have gotten a bunch of seasons if she was on any other franchise? Like I just think like in certain Potomac is one of those things where like your middle of the way housewives are able to do perfectly fine on the show. We kind of go up for anything in Potomac because Potomac is so like, so like Ashley, like the fact that Ashley has been on here since creation is crazy, right? So like Stacey ain't got to do much to stay on the show, but I like Stacey, and I think Stacey probably is going to be the person of the newbies who does sustain. The next person we have is Vivian. Vivian's boutique girl. She didn't give us much of nothing. And then we meet another girl, her name Jassy. She is an NFL wife. Her husband plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe. I watch football. I never heard of the man, but that don't mean that the man ain't good. That's just like, baby, I can't know everybody in the damn league. She comes too. She also seems like she got a little bite. She also seems like she got a little bite, a little bit of fun, and she's a little younger. So though we do get introduced to 3 new girls in this episode, and they're there. At least something is here to mix up the pot. But with 3 new girls on the show, I hope Ashley know her pink slip. Her pink slip is at the door, baby. If 2 of these girls bring it, Ashley is gone. So I'm hoping that 2 of these girls do bring it so I can get Ashley going. Mia, I didn't even talk about Mia. We talk about returning people. So Mia is dating some dude named Ink. Ink thinks that Mia's son might be his son. Gordon wants nothing to do with it because he's like, that is my son. Gordon and Mia are getting a divorce because, money will make the heart grow cold any and every time. So them losing all their money make them not want to be together anymore, but they're trying to do the whole co-parenting thing and all of that. So her and Gordon are on speaking terms. Ink, Gordon, and Mia have a really weird relationship where like Gordon knows Ink and Ink is kind of close to Gordon, but like they kind of just like let it be. They don't like each other, but they just like, they know each other, they cool with each other, whatever. And then they got 2 little kids, and basically Mia's entire storyline is about, is her son Gordon's or Ink's? Mia. I don't want Mia off the show, by the way. Mia is one of those people, one of those rare people nowadays who has zero shame. And like, I kind of need that on Housewives. So I actually don't want Mia off the show. The problem with dealing with Mia and Mia having zero shame is that you get storylines like this. I don't think this storyline is real, number 1. And number 2, like, who wants to sit here and play the dozens about your child and who your child father is, Mia? Who your child father? You can tell that Mia not black the way me and you black, because baby, we would not be on this show doing this. We would not be on this show doing this. You can tell that Mia just come from a different cloth of blackness, because ain't no goddamn way you gonna be on national TV talking about if your baby from this man or that man or this, and we would be getting called every type of welfare queen if we was doing this dumb shit. But Mia, knock it off. Whatever this storyline is, knock it the hell off. Anyways, Mia gonna have to pay the piper for this one because they all meet up for Karen's little. Jazelle is throwing another bootleg ass party. When Jazelle throw a bootleg ass party, bring your own drinks. Bring your own drinks, baby, because it's gonna be a mess. Jazelle is throwing some hat party where you wear hats, not attitudes. What the hell ever. It's fun in theory, but like once again, when Jazelle got to put something together, it's gonna look a fucking mess. And everybody is around the table, and Karen is put on the hot seat. Everybody want to know, Karen, what's going on with your DUI? And Karen being Karen, there are two people on this show who do not have to answer a thing about a thing. It is Karen and it is Jazelle. They don't have to answer a thing about a thing. They're going to deflect, they're going to move, and they're going to flip it and reverse it. And Karen is kind of the best at doing it. And this is once again Karen at her old ways, because somehow quickly Mia gets on the hot seat. We supposed to be talking about Karen running into deers, trees, and everything in between. Hide your kids. And all of a sudden we talk about Mia and her kids and who she protecting. The thing about this is Mia, it's so funny when Mia tries to gang up on other people following behind Jazelle, because Jazelle has made it very clear since Mia has been on the show that Jazelle will throw Mia under the bus at any convenience. At any convenience, she is going to throw Mia under the bus, and that is this right here. You can tell that Karen and Jazelle seem to have agreed to like be like, you know what, let's throw this onto Mia. Let's make Mia put Mia in the hot seat, and you can't do nothing with that. When Karen and Jazelle are on the same page, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. You cannot go against it. They're going to overtalk you. They're going to not listen to a word you have to say. They're going to bully you. They're going to act like they shit don't stink, and there is nothing you can do with it. And Mia, that is what happened to you at that table. I would have personally liked us to stay on Karen. Like I said, Karen going to have to explain this, Boots. You are going to have to explain this, darling. Like, what the fuck were you doing? What's going on with you? So I wanted the potato to be in Karen's hand. But, baby, they passed that shit right on to you, Mia. And they start talking about Mia not protecting their child. It's all rich, right? In theory, what Karen and Jazelle are saying are perfectly correct. Whatever Mia is doing with her kids, this is not good for you. This is not good for your kids. This is not good for Ink. This is not good for Gordon. By the way, I want to say this really quick. The reason why Ink has no issue with Gordon and Mia has no issue with Gordon and they washing Gordon dirty draws, Gordon is a senior citizen to them. Gordon is a senior citizen to them. Mia doesn't have any real attraction to Gordon, never has had any real attraction to Gordon. I don't think she's ever had any romantic love for Gordon. And so like now they just see him as an old man who has nobody to take care of him, and so they're gonna do it. He's not competition in any way. He's like nothingness to them. Like he's literally like Mia's dad. Like sure, whatever you say, old man. That's why they're able to do this, because Ink and Mia both know there's never been any actual romantic love. Mia was trying to get out the hood. Mia was trying to get out the hood, baby, and that's why she was fooling around with Gordon. It was never anything more than that. Would never be anything more than that. And by the way, Mia's kids are so fucking adorable, just cute as pies. Anyways, and back to that. So yeah, Mia, they turned that shit on you, and you didn't stand a chance. Mia, you're not protecting your kids. Let's start off there. The answer is Mia protecting her kids? Does Mia give a damn about her kids? No. This storyline, the thing is, I think Potomac needs some transparency. I do think it's time for the girls to start giving a pound of flesh to be on this show to make this money. But this ain't the way to do it, Mia. Number one, the storyline feels fake. Number two, we're talking about who your kid's father is. Who is this for? Like, I don't care who that little boy father is. So please don't be doing this for my sake. And so, like, no, absolutely not. Like, this is disgusting. This is weird, Mia. You're not protecting your kids, and this is not being done in good faith. Jazelle and Karen also don't need to speak, because Jazelle and Karen need to sweep their own fucking porch. Jazelle bringing Jamal on this show. Everything that Jazelle does to people. Jazelle don't give a damn about nobody and how they feel and other people's feelings. She ain't never did that for nothing. So why you judging Mia for being goddamn shameless? Giselle ain't never had no goddamn shame about the way she moved. And Karen, you done had 2 DUIs on this show. Can we be fucking for real? You don't get to judge me about a damn thing, Karen. So everybody's wrong. I say all that to say this. Everybody is wrong. In this scene, from where it ends, everybody is good and useless. Nobody else at the table is doing much of nothing, especially Ashley. especially Ashley. Everybody else we get to cop a plea for. They're new here. Wendy had to deal with bullshit last season. Even Wendy's making her voice known, you know. Everybody else gets a plea. What's Ashley's plea for being useless in this scene? Why is Ashley here? Why is Ashley here? Ashley is like a sore thumb here. Ashley is useless here. So anyways, Mia, you get what you get because of course it's on you. They're not going to come at Wendy anymore. That failed last year. Karen and Jazelle are in cahoots. Ashley is, you know, Giselle's right-hand man. And everybody else is new. Mia, you're the odd man out. Mia, look around. You're the odd man out. They don't have anyone to beat up on. They don't have anyone to beat up on. And so guess what? It's you. Giselle's being nice because Jazelle doesn't have Robin anymore, by the way. The reason why Karen and Jazelle are being so bestie pop is because Jazelle needs somebody. Jazelle needs somebody to fall on, and I think this is actually me giving her credit. Karen is a good person to do that because her and Karen do the makeup to breakup thing really well. They do that well. They have a good song and dance. So like this works for her. It's comfortable for her. She's friends with Karen. She's known Karen for a really long time. This is a good person for her to like lean on, but also can be like, fuck you, Karen, at the same time, because they always come back from it. Karen and Jazelle can never stay mad at each other for that long, so she's the perfect person for her to kind of have as a sidekick. So they decided, like, we're going to be close till we got to abandon each other. We're going to do this to get you out of this, Karen. We gonna do this, throw everything on Mia and all this stuff, and then, you know, we'll be mad at each other later on about something. We'll make up with it because the fans love it, and you know it's gonna work. So that's what happened on Real Housewives of Potomac. Solid episode. I'll be back for episode 2. And anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.